article,
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is everybody comfortable temperature-wise now? Let me shut this window.
I'm fine. It's affecting you the most.
I'd like a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Motion approved the minutes.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Minutes approved. We're gonna skip communications so Mr. Frotz can do his thing and then we can come back.
Okay, I'm kind of hurry today, I'm trying to get stuff out of the old jail, we got people coming. Basically what this is gonna be a commissary contract and phone contract for the jail. We've had them for about 8 years, we're just signing a new 5-year agreement, which we're very happy with. Chris, the jailer, brokered a really good deal, and getting some newer equipment in, and actual, some like schooling that they're able to take. There's like thousands of educational programs that's going to be offered for them for free. So we're very excited about that.
It's like new laptops or monitors.
It's going to be kind of like a cell phone tab kind of thing, but
Tim's fun to do.
yeah. And they can get certificates for certain things, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know if you have any other questions.
So we have 2 contracts to sign, one for the phone and one for.
I got copies if everybody wants to look at them, but
I read 'em.
I read it, but if you printed it, I'll put it in my paperwork file. It's always was good.
Is there any questions about them, or is there a motion
I'll
to?
make a motion
Chair to sign.
to have the chairman sign the jail service agreement amendment.
And that includes for both of them for the, is that just for the amendment or also for the phone?
And for the phone renewal.
And then
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those say nay. Motion approved.
Chris, you let him get in there.
I know, he learned it.
Well, you guys have been without me for a little while, so.
Last week, they were lowballing me the whole meeting.
He got in one time.
You were slow on the go last week.
Well, I couldn't vote on or something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, Ellen made a motion on one he couldn't even vote on. So I got that one.
You even put telephone though, right? Right? You need a separate motion for the
We
telephone?
didn't vote.
Okay.
Well, it's nice to see all that stuff gone.
Yeah, went for a lot more than I
I
thought.
can't believe that table went for,
Well,
it was over, yes, thousands when I looked last. I just, are you kidding me? But a new one's probably 3 or 4 grand, and it's stupid.
Yeah,
You take it or?
Where'd those meat slicers go?
well, the one, I don't think works, and if you look at the picture, the blades all rusted. That went for $50-some. The other one went for, I think, $160.
Those would have been nice if somebody could process a deer or something.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to get out of that stuff. Center court cassis or whatever.
Did you get any mushrooms yesterday?
Nope, I went out, didn't find any.
Is that like an old white thing? The mushrooms are up.
I don't know, it's weird this year because it was so dry and then we got a little moisture but no sun and now the mushrooms popped up.
Has Miller indicated when he will start demo on that?
Not very good. Kind of we thought by the end of the month, but we're still need to.
Weather related,
We need to, well, I think we still need to have a meeting about that.
okay?
Sean, Miller, us, kind of figure out the timeframe, what we're gonna need to do, and what we're gonna do with
That contract.
afterwards. So,
Yeah.
you know, I don't remember what was in the contract, or originally, it was, we figured it said to bring it close to grade, but we don't know if that, we have to do some research to try to figure that out, so.
Yeah.
What the grade's gonna be too, because we
Yeah.
got,
Yeah, so, I don't know, it's gonna be interesting, because I know, Josh has got, once that's gone, we'll bring that second, LP tank in, and then we're gonna have to move those and shovel those around. That's about it. Yeah, really, it's a lot of,
There's a lot of moving parts, but it's all coming.
yeah,
did the line not hook yet?
I don't believe so.
Because I thought they were coming in this
We
week.
wanted to
because
keep
Dylan was
it
gonna call me.
until we get done with this, now that we're pretty much over the cold season, we got the water shut off inside the building, so. We can pretty much hear probably by, having cut the power and all that kind of stuff. I'll get with Woody in there. It's moving, but not to move fast.
Right, right.
Anything else?
I don't think so. Just keep us updated.
Will do. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mitros, communications.
Yes, VCAT board that I'm on, yesterday we had a meeting and they've lost some government funding. It was called wraparound funding for them. That's no longer in place for them, so they're going to go and merge. Lynn County's gonna take them over. Still provide services to Iowa County. So when I know more about that next meeting, I'll have a look, I'll present that a little bit more to you. I did have some positive comments about the courthouse lawn, though, it's on a good point. Some patrons did let me know that they thought that was a good idea to get rid of those trees, start over. So it hasn't always been negative, so we did have some positives. So,
I'm really glad to hear that.
I have ECI board on Monday and overall pretty smooth meeting. We're tracking pretty good with our spend down carry forward limits of the 25%. And we're gonna actually, so to part of the spend down too is we're gonna give daycare providers gift cards to, it's called, I think, Lake Shores. And it's a company where they can buy daycare supplies, like they can't buy, like, there's nothing like for your home in there, but it's all these like daycare supplies, whether it's toys, learning activities, kids furniture. So we're gonna spend some of our funding down by doing that. And if you're a registered provider, you're gonna get more than a non-registered provider, because we thought that was fair, since they're registered with the state. But yeah, so other than that, it was pretty smooth.
I attended the countywide safety meeting this week up here at the annex and listened and observed. And I did inquire though about, it wasn't brought up, but tornado safety awareness and making sure that we have designated locations for all of our buildings, our facilities that have employees in. And it was mixed.
That's what we do.
Well, it's like Josh mentioned, Humphrey mentioned, we, in the courthouse, we go down the basement and the plumbing room, but it's so full of stuff. Maybe we need to designate the bathrooms or look at possibly doing something different. I mentioned about the secondary road buildings, and the only one that has a tornado shelter is Parnell. The one at Williamsburg does not, the one in Medora does not, and the one in Millersburg does not. And that concerns me, that we don't have locations for our employees to be safe out of this weather. This weather anymore is getting kind of crazy, so.
But unfortunately, the secondary roads, a lot of times they're not there.
Yeah, but that's a risk, that's a chance. Do we need to look at investing in making sure our employees are watched over a little bit more?
What is Parnell, they just got a cube?
They got
Yeah.
concrete.
Yeah.
And Nick was there, and he said he would take a look at what those cost now. He said that one in Parnell cost $4,000. And, I'm sure now it's 5,000. But is it something we need? Is it a want or a need? And to me, I think a need, not a want, but something to look at.
What's this building? You go over there?
Brandon, I don't know, where's the designated safe tornado?
We don't have them.
See, so it needs to be looked at.
Yeah, it really does. You're probably right.
In the engineer's office, new engineer's office,
Yeah.
they don't know where they're going. Maybe they go to the jail. Down here at the transportation building, where are they supposed to go? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
So I brought it up. It wasn't discussed. I did bring it up and said, we need to really seriously look into this. So they're also maybe having a safety committee for the security committee for the courthouse. I did volunteer to be part of that too. And
How was the attendance?
it was pretty darn good. I think everyone was there, but somebody from the recorder's office wasn't there. I don't think were they. And
wasn't there.
transportation was there.
VA.
VA, yeah. So
But you said it was mixed feelings on the tornado? Like some people weren't in agreement?
some mixed knowledge.
Okay, I didn't know if you,
Yeah.
like, some people were
Wrong,
against it.
wrong descriptive
Okay,
word. Yeah,
okay.
mixed knowledge. Some people thought they knew where to go, some people didn't, some people had no idea. And in my past practice as a business manager, we always had tornado trails, we always had all that stuff to make sure everyone knew where to go, what to do in case the inevitable ever happens. So we hope it doesn't. So anyway, we'll see where that goes.
I know I'm taking my employees if there's a situation, and we've been there before, but I don't think there's an official.
Where do you go? Where do you normally go, like in the bathroom?
In the server room, there's a small bathroom, we just go in there and shut it down, but it's not very big.
You
So
know,
it's,
so,
we would have to have too many people in
okay.
Don't like you.
Well, yeah, well, like all of us were here, you know what I mean? All, when we're in
there. I
here.
don't know where you guys are.
I'm getting out of
I'm getting in my truck.
I'll stay around with you.
Yeah.
You know, what do we have out of the conservation, and that's a whole.
I know, they got a spot, they got the basement there.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
They had to have a place to put campers,
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, sure.
so they had to do that before out there.
Okay. The other thing is, I attended the Clear Creek Watershed coalition meeting, on Wednesday in Coralville, City Hall there. And that was a pretty good meeting. They're still looking at trying to gather up some additional funding and doing some more work. One thing that did get brought up is the timber reserve bill legislation that's now in,
It's on the Senate debate calendar today.
it's, so there you go. And, you know, obviously they're all dead set against changing that. And I myself, I would be too, but I got 33 acres of timber reserve personally. But I also understand and see the reason why they're wanting to do it, because the southern two tiers of the counties in the state of Iowa are all the timber and hunting grounds getting bought up from out-of-state people paying tens of thousands of dollars an acre. And it's in timber reserve, so those are typically poorer counties in the state, and they have no tax revenue to help support their essential services.
But
So,
those people also want, they want to be able to call the ambulance and have it come when they come to their property and hunt on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
right? So they want the best of both worlds. And you know what, with everything going up, I can understand why timber reserve and the coalition, the watershed coalition, obviously doesn't want to see a change in our river valleys. But you know, something's going to give, and they're thinking they may push it down to the counties to make individual decisions as far as what and who would be part or manage a timber reserve in their own county jurisdiction.
Did it have an acre restriction though? I thought it said 2 acres.
It went down to 2, or sorry, it went up to 5. It was 2 and it went up to 5, I think. I have.
So under 5 or under 2, if you have more than that acres, then you still get the timber reserve, right?
It went up.
When did it go up? I'm paying taxes on it, Jen.
Well, anyway, it was a topic, a heated topic of
It'll
discussion.
be a discussion, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think there's, I think I've got it at home, how many acres we have in our county that we can tax.
It used to be 2, now it's going up to 5.
I'll just start paying.
That can be timber reserve.
Yeah.
Okay, and then after that, they could be subject to taxes. And
Well, the bill allows counties to decide if they want to tax or not. So it's not gonna automatically
They
get
put it down at
taxed.
the county level.
Yeah,
which obviously, we have the biggest section of timber in the state of Iowa over here east of us in the Manor counties.
Yeah, we
Privately
have-
held,
we have the biggest,
yes.
timber reserve now.
So, you know, we need to be aware of this law, what's coming at us, what's gonna happen, and be looking, have some forward thinking here. If this does get enacted, how we're going to parlay this with our constituents to try to help manage this equitably. So, that's all I have.
What did they decide on the traffic cameras yesterday? Anything yet?
We don't know.
They're gonna
Traffic
I think
cameras
that's,
didn't
they've
get
gotta
on.
be approved by the state. They have to put an application in and explain.
we could put an application in for interstate?
You'd have to,
Yeah, right?
it'd have to be approved for the reasoning why you're doing it.
Safety?
Yeah. So I don't know if that's signed though, but that's where it was last set.
We don't, I'm not gonna say funds, that's what Webster County does, right?
I mailed it, as you heard last week, I mailed my check. So.
Okay, we'll take a break from communications and go to that.
Morning there.
Hello, Nick.
Morning.
We had a letting this week for a bridge, Wolfman Bridge. The low bidder was Taylor Construction and the amount of $801,043.50. We'll go through this. Total, there were 4 bidders, Taylor, Iowa Bridge, Godberson Smith Construction, and Peterson Contractors.
What was the high bid?
$1,050,000 PCI. Our cost estimate was about $1 million. So we are happy with the price. I have the resolution here, which I have the resolution number on. I don't know if that's the number you want, Brandy, but
Should be fine.
there's a resolution to approve the contract and make it so that I can sign on the county's behalf. And
You guys
then
wanna see it or?
The following page is the bid analysis that just says that we are, four people bid on it, we're happy with the price.
Do we all sign this or just the,
Yeah, I think so.
oh, so we don't need the motion to do it, we just sign it?
Oh, we need a motion
Sorry, I'll make the motion.
to approve resolution 2024-4-19.
Exactly.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved.
Where is this bridge?
That bridge is south of Williamsburg on 270th Street?
Yeah, it's the first route road there.
270.
Oh, yeah. 260.
Nope, yep, you're right, I was looking at 267.
No, that's the one that goes. Geez, where is this 270? Thank you. No, it's 260.
Don't put this in the paper. John doesn't know.
It's right. I was gonna be 66. It is on 265th.
I was gonna say, you want a pencil? Or just put down the way.
Yep. The bridge that we're doing in-house, they're laying some of the form work today. We will pour it next Wednesday.
Like that bridge, when you take it down, you just completely destroy it, or do you?
It becomes the property of the contractor.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be quite a bunch just to get it out of there.
Yeah, being a little bit longer and then fracture critical, but
Probably come in two pieces, I mean, it was two pieces at one time.
What's the late start date, or how's that all work?
I think the late start date is in June, July. It's pretty close, because they'll set, essentially, they set the end date for October 30th and work backwards. So just know that it'll be done by like November 1st-ish, probably. The bridge on 230th, they're doing some of the false work this week around the abutments. And D66, they finished up patching and they're gonna start shoulder widening today. Contract rock, we are half done. So still going on that.
Are they hauling today?
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of Manats trucks.
Yep.
Over here, Ampride or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if that's for the construction or if that's for whoever the quarry sends us for trucks is who we get.
That looked like all asphalt guys getting ready to go.
There was a bunch of pelling, yeah, down to our yard.
Yeah, is that all for the M Avenue?
Yeah.
Okay.
We hauled 500 tons to Parnell for stockpile rock. We do have River Products hauling a stockpile rock out at the yard, both clean and regular roadstone. We did a little bit of total patching and the rest of the guys are working on the bridge today. As far as the engineer's office, this letting was on Tuesday. Also, the North English project was let on Tuesday. LL Pelling got a little bit on that, and it was, so they have to award it yet, so I can't really speak for them, but Pelling was a little bit, and I think the prices were favorable, or not outrageous. Our guys were doing the inspection on the bridges and the roads. I will send out for a truck bid today. I went through that Tuesday with George. We went through the specs. So we're gonna get that out today. I had misspoke last week. I thought the payout for the truck was $82,000. But it's $57,000. $82,000 was her email was a little,
The replacement cost.
yeah, their phones anymore, if they need some old plans, so we're not gonna scan any big files for now. The new plotter will still be $6,000. So I'm probably gonna wait till the new budget next year to buy it.
Nick, I've got a question for you. When John and I went through Woody's, your storage area next to Woody's garage, there's like two pieces of equipment in there. Are those scanners or plotters or what?
Printers,
Um,
big long things. One was a real long.
yeah, so one was probably a plotter and one was a scanner.
Are they functional?
No, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, yeah,
Well, should we get rid of them, I guess?
probably we will,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that something that's worth trying to put online, or they just need to?
No idea.
Okay.
Whatever you do with these, let me know.
Well, I was asking you.
We'll find a buyer for those.
Okay.
The
You mean
one
the
that
ones
we
up
have, if we buy a printer through Canon, they'll come and take it away.
Okay. It'd just be nice to get rid of this stuff so it doesn't continue to collect dust if it's no good around.
Yeah,
the-
ours won't, they're gonna take it away, ours.
Okay.
So I don't know, if you're talking to them, could you ask them for some advice on the other ones, what we should do with them?
I'm just talking to the sales rep lady, I don't. You could try putting them on Marketplace or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue if they work or if they're worth anything.
I think that's three days up here, Brandy. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be nice to,
Just,
Get them out of here.
I don't know how much you're gonna get, right? So our scanner our plotter that we're looking at is a Canon that is gonna be around $5,000. I see that they make HP plotters relative the same size that are like $2,500. I think when I was reading up more and more on those is trying to get them serviced ever or trying to get ink for them. Good luck, they said, getting ink on some of those.
I think they just need to go to the Bragantines.
So,
With landfill.
Well, yeah,
I don't think there's nothing that'll take them.
yeah.
There might be a fee to take them to the landfill. I know like TVs, you have to pay 25 or 50 bucks.
that's the only thing if you post it or something, you almost just, I would say put it for free, you know?
Or check with do you go through Walford? Can we check with the recycling place there?
I don't know if they would take something like that or not. They're gonna want to know specifics, but,
They take computers and stuff.
okay.
I could take some pictures of these ones and maybe I'll swing in there and ask them, because I gotta take some TVs to them, you know. Some computer towers. So,
Sorry.
I can, if they're still here when I go to buy that plotter at the first of the year, I can have the person that comes by and take these away. That's not an issue. I bet it'll probably cost you money, you know. Do you want to see if you can get it somewhere else, get rid of them for free or make a little, again, you're talking a couple $100 either way. It might not even be worth your time. But if they're still here July 1, I can help get rid of them. No issue. Okay, this new server, we talked about this last week. So right now, we wanted to get fast internet for our office. We got a gig up and a gig down so that we could run AutoCAD a little bit better. Well, I ran some tests last week, speed tests. Turns out, instead of a gig, we can only do 220 megabytes up and down because of our firewall. That's all that it allows. Okay, so in order to get a new firewall, that is $4,000 to $5,000. And even then, there's a whole bunch of different factors, like once it gets to the firewall faster, our switch that we have is supposed to be able to handle it faster. Most of our computers can handle up to a gig, but you never quite know. So what we were thinking in the office, or what I was trying to go through, is maybe we used to have our own server so that we can access all of our files, not necessarily through the internet, but right there in our office, right? Right quick. But at that point, yeah, it was gonna be 5 or 10 grand for a new server, so we just hooked up to the courthouse here. Well, a new server, I got quoted, was 5 grand for us, they think should handle it. Same price as a new firewall. So I might just be leaning towards getting a new server and us going back to our own system.
Would it be through our computer solutions? Will they manage it?
Yeah, Solutions Manager, they're the one that gave me the quote for 5 grand.
Man, if they're the same.
And I'm trying to, our aerial pictures on AutoCAD are what slows us down, so I'm trying to work to see if we can speed those up, because those are slow, but yeah, if we can pull everything and not have to go through the internet to pull it. So we would spend 5 grand to get us a new server, but then we could also drop our internet down. We won't need a gig. We drop it down to like 300, and that would save the county, a couple $100 a month. So over the course of a few years, this thing would pay for itself.
Yeah.
So like the other day when I was over there, he had a lot of issues. You got most of those up and running now?
Well, we always have issues, which we're.
You couldn't get a lot of stuff to work.
I think everything's running now. Yeah. Yeah, I had bought some new 2-foot Cat 6 cords to go from, go through our switches and into the walls. So we got all that squared away. Printer's going.
Front door
Everything's
working, front door working now.
Well, yeah, I mean, same as it ever was, I think. I think it's getting a little bit more loose.
Nobody came.
I got here Wednesday. Brad was out talking to Connie. And, I think he said, it is what it is.
No, not quite right.
But he was maybe gonna do something. I stayed out of it.
When I went in the other day, it seemed like it was a little bit easier.
We don't need to settle on something new. We don't need to settle on something that's new. It's not really right.
You've not pulled out that other sign yet and painted over, have you?
We pulled out the one handicap sign. I parked a truck over it.
Okay.
So we haven't painted over anything.
Did you take the sign down?
Yeah, for that. We ordered some stickers for the front door. They give us an address and show our time. We got the one sign that says engineer's office. We got that moved down. We're gonna just go with that sign until we get everything more squared away, and then we'll probably put up a better sign out front.
Looks nice.
What else did we do?
Our contracted computer people, and that's what they're giving you for a price, and they're gonna manage it, they're gonna monitor it, it'll be secure, they're gonna install it. I mean, Chris, John, what do you guys say?
I think if it's gonna lower the price of the internet over the time, it's gonna pay for itself in
Yeah.
3 years.
I know Kevin and I run the IT department here, but, no, I think, yeah, if it's gonna pay for itself, and it's what you need.
There you go.
So I will, before I just buy, I'm gonna call him or dig into it a little bit more, right? Because I'm not a pro at this. He just sent me over what he thinks would work. Well, we are the ones purchasing it, so before I spend that kind of money, I need to at least be a little bit more confident. So, safety meeting at 9, or insurance meeting 9 Tuesday, right? Is there only one meeting, or is there 2 times? Okay, are you gonna, if I bring 30 people, that's a lot of people. to fill in that room, so. That's what I was,
I got written down 9 AM to 12 PM.
I'll send her an email and I'll.
well,
let you know for
no,
sure.
it's fine, just know that if I, you know,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to have a lot of chairs.
if you have a, like, if you come to the second meeting, like if I have her just do a second meeting,
That's, we could, yeah. we
I mean,
could.
is that better to have everybody come at one time or do you want to split them up?
That's what I'm asking, I don't know. So I don't know how many people from the courthouse are gonna be there. You can figure probably we're gonna have 30 people.
So you want to do a separate one just for roads?
All I'm saying is it's something for you guys to consider.
I guess what she's
I know it
asking
came
is,
up
do you want all
before.
your employees to go at once, or would you rather have them split up into 2 meetings?
And I know.
Well, we would all-
talked about this before,
Yeah,
but-
we would all only come for one, whether or not we're in our own, because we're 30, or if you wanna pack that thing full of 80 people from 9 to 12. I mean, I'm all down for that. I'm gonna get here early so I get a chair.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It'd be better to separate the roads, I've been to those meetings.
What's
I
that?
understand that,
Just
but
from experience, it'd probably be better to separate them, but,
No, you said separate out the roads.
yeah, the roads. Yes, the roads.
I'll send an email to,
It was
North
just,
Risk and just get an idea and I'll let you know.
okay. Williamsburg will do the kids will do their trash pickup Monday, so if you see them out. The only other question is, now that it's getting nice, people are putting more stuff in the ditches again. Are we still, I told our guys the other day, if you find something in the ditch and you take it to the landfill. I don't know if they're still gonna try and charge us, or,
I'll ask.
Okay.
I think it's silly.
well, I mean, we can either pick it up from the ditch and take it to the landfill for free, or we can leave it in the ditch, or we can move it closer to the landfill's ditch and put it back in the ditch.
Hey, that's the amendment.
So,
We already got enough tires in the ditches.
That's a true team spirit.
well, I don't think it's right if we have to pick up what our department picks up the trash, and then us be charged for it. If it's our own stuff, I'm more
I
than
get
happy to.
it, I get it. I will shoot an email out while I'm sitting here and try and get something started.
So,
I feel it should be absolved of any tipping fee for county road ditches that are being cleaned by our county employees going to our county landfill.
absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't know what it is with dirt roads and tires, but it's like,
We're gonna start sending places to pick freezers and refrigerators out of ditches.
They go out, people have Morrison's garage.
Well, I mean-
But don't sell it at the ditches.
I've seen some down there kind of bigger.
Every time I hear it, it's like stuff show up.
really,
But yeah, it's garage that way, you know, it doesn't sell and shows up at the road.
And I don't want to be the guy that just says, well, we have to pay for it, so leave it in the ditch.
Right.
That is, that's all I have. I'll go back and sign some contracts and.
Any other questions for Nick? Thank you, sir.
Yep, you guys have a good day.
I just emailed her and asked her if 10:30 would work. Would that be okay for you guys?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why
it's kind of in, how long's the meeting last?
it's not like a mandatory meeting, so just as people have questions.
Okay,
there's not, probably not a real presentation.
No,
Yeah,
we could go as early as 7:30.
no.
If we go middle of the day, that shoots our whole day, but that's fine too.
No, they aren't planning to come until
9,
8.
8.
She said they would be here at 8 to get ready.
And we can come with the group, it's not.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I get a response from her.
Okay, that works for me.
All right.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Mr. Adam?
Alan, didn't we let them clean that river up? Didn't we
Take that for now.
I'd push for that, yeah. Just in the spirit of being cohesive and working with people, I think it only makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not like we're gonna bring in semi-loads,
No, it's from the ditch.
yeah, so. You would concur with me on that one as well.
I mean, yeah, we're taking semi loads of our own stuff and it's different, but. We all kind of clean, I mean, right? I think there's two there. I think I gave you 2 more.
For the life of me, I'm having a brain cramp. What's the name of her out there?
Diane,
Diane.
and then David's the new guy. You know what I got now? Then I want to pass out, this is my capital planning, I just wanted to go over. So you guys know what I might be asking for. Future. Just to ask you. Start with my report. For April, for March, we had 164 calls, a little bit busier than February. 126 of those were billable, 38 were refusals. For the fiscal year, we've had 1,474 dispatch calls, and transports billable ones 1,184, and cancels or refusals 290. So our current monthly average is 163, almost 164 calls, dispatch calls, and 132 billable calls, 31 cancels or refusals or other stuff. So fairly busy. You can see the monthly average is a little bit higher than last year. Number of times both ambulances were busy during the month was 26 times. We did have a cover extra call with a backup unit, and we had to request out a county ambulance 3 times. And then 23 of our calls were transferred out of the hospital.
Out of Moreno?
Yeah. If there's any other stat information you want, I was just trying to think of stuff to put on there, it might be helpful and figure out where our values are. Finances, March expenses, $192,048 compared to a budget of $192.52. That's about close as I've ever seen. Match the budget. Year-to-date actual expenses, $1,574,277 compared to a year-to-date budget of $1,728,469. So the difference between our budget and actual right now is $154,192 under budget, and we're trying to hit that target for that half of the ambulance of $133,000. So we're on track. March actual revenue, $121,328. Year-to-date revenue, $942,305. Our year-to-date budgeted revenue is $783,375. So year-to-date, our revenue is currently over budget, $158,930. Most of that's just increased call value. Year-to-date actual expenses versus actual revenue of $631,972, compared to our difference in our budget expenses and budget revenue, $944,817. So that variance versus actual is $312,845 positive impact every month. Describe it. So between revenue being up and expenses being where they're supposed to be, a little bit under. Average charge per transport, $1,153.90. Average revenue per transport, $777.84. Our average cost per dispatch call, $1,068.03, and cost per transport, $1,329.63. Any questions on finance? Patient satisfaction is at 96.8. Activities are normal preparedness stuff, or normal deposit claim scheduling, medication machine. Had a lot of meds that expired the last month or so. I've been updating collections, records requests. So that Iowa offset program that we had the county attorney, assistant county attorney work on, that we finally got going, because they switched from administrative services to finance, or finance, I don't know which way it went. But anyway, we collected over $9,000 since first of the year, so we'll be over $10,000 this tax year. So I think it was worth it. I don't know. Sure, he put a lot of time into it, but it'll pay for itself eventually. Drugs, I don't want to talk about it. Drugs are all stocked today at the moment.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's good. We were able to we couldn't get through local pharmacy. We were able to get through one of our medical suppliers. We just had to sign, our medical director had to sign a bunch of paperwork to get it to order that stuff. So we got that going. Video, we applied for a community foundation grant for video laryngoscopes. That's the blade they stick in the mouth to put tubes down people. They make their video ones now. So we applied for a grant.
What's that help you guide it down in there?
Yeah, well, it's on a video screen, so you, instead of the old fashioned ways to take the blade, put it in there and just, there's a light on the end of the blade and you visualize it, you're out. This is a video screen on it.
Oh, nice.
So you can see it all on the video screen. It's kind of becoming the standard of care. So we put, I can't swear, I think it was less than 2,000 pieces. It weren't that bad. But we put in a grant for those. Hopefully that will get that. We participated in a mock car accident for prom. I don't know, John, did you bring that up already to the board?
No, I was going to, but we can talk about it now.
So we participated in this mock car accident in Williamsburg. I don't know if you saw pictures on your Facebook, but it was pretty neat. Kind of started outside with the accident and then moved inside with a trial and funeral. And I think it was a really good experience for those kids, any high school.
Yeah, Chris was asking about it, and I think that was a program that Coach King had requested, so I think he told him if they're interested in North English that to talk to Coach King, but I think, pretty sure Williamsburg let kids opt out if it was gonna be too traumatizing for them, they didn't have to go. I'll just go ahead and make my comments about it now since you brought it up, but I was very impressed with how the departments in the city, the county and the state, how well they work together. And you guys all know with my experience, I've worked with most of these people throughout the years and I've worked in different counties and stuff, and I'm extremely impressed with the professionalism and the dedication we have in emergency responders in Idaho County. And I think we're very fortunate because if we didn't have people that weren't dedicated to it, we wouldn't have the service. I mean, yes, that some of them get paid, some of them don't, but that's not the reason. You can tell in their faces that they were there on a weekday, putting on a presentation in front of the kids that we all love. So, very, very impressed. You guys did a great job and pass that on to your people. So.
All the detail that's went into it wasn't just an accident, all the steps.
Yeah, there was a lot of steps. So when they first brought it up, so we kind of assigned it to Evan to kind of run with, because he's on Williamsburg QRS too. So I'm like, well, you're from Williamsburg, why don't you tell me when you need help, I'll be at the meetings, but I'll kind of let him organize it and it worked out real well.
I mean, you had funeral, you had ambulance, you had air care, you had.
There was really,
Rescue, fire.
well, hitting for me because I've done it so many times, but doing the death notification and they knocked on that door and they talked and the mother started crying. I looked out and I seen about 4 or 5 of them young teenage girls, they were wiping tears away.
Yeah, it was very moving.
And the thing about it is too, is that this might get some interest from our youth to get involved in these activities as far as careers too.
Yeah, very well.
Yeah, I spoke a little bit there and, said on behalf of us that we're impressed with our employees and our volunteers. And then I also told the kids, I said, you're out there and you're watching this, if this is something you're interested in, feel free to reach out to any of the departments, whether it be the fire, the police, or the EMS, and ask them questions. Because most of these people that are dedicated, they love to talk about their job.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. So no, it was fun. A lot of planning going into it, but everything worked out. And we had to do the rain date because of the weather, but we still got everybody there.
But I'm thinking that the school needs to approach to ask for it, probably, right?
Yeah,
I don't think we go around and ask the schools if they,
No, we might, I mean, now that we got it down pretty well.
did Coach King come to you guys or did he?
I haven't came to me with it that Williamsburg wanted to do it, I'm not sure.
So what you saw, what would you do different? Is it anything,
Different?
anything to improve on?
I don't know, we went pretty fast outside, but I don't know how we make that,
Well, I think because they want to do the inside program too, but
yeah.
yeah, I was very impressed at how much more improved than it was than the last one I seen, 10, 12 years ago. Having the narrator say exactly what's going on as they're doing it was very helpful too, because that kept the kids' attentions from talking to each other. And
Was it an all-day deal?
no, it was over by 11, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The accident happened at 8:45. Obviously, the setup started at 7 in the morning behind the scenes. And they had a gal that's an amateur, I don't think she's a professional makeup artist. She came in and took the students and, I mean, it was very.
high school, another high school student nearing their end of life, we're gonna have Lucas machines, they're gonna be near end of life. And I think I just wanna make you aware that, I come and ask for a new ambulance every other year, I'm gonna have to, otherwise my budget pretty well stays the same. Well, coming up here, we're gonna need to replace some other stuff, so I don't know if you do a bigger capital plan that you can work that into or not, but not a whole lot to talk about today. But so when we start looking at fiscal year 26 budget, we'll probably start requesting a couple of those. Yeah, there's 4 of them, they all need replaced, but I recognize that we're, to spread the cost out here, if I could do 2 1 year, then wait a couple of years and do 2 more, so.
Is there ever any grants available for stuff like this?
Well, not at the last round, yeah, we got a couple for Helmsy Foundation grant. They put it in a statewide grant. We ended up buying 2 ourselves and then got 2 from through grant, so.
Do we get money on the community grant over
We
there?
can, we can certainly do that. We will apply for that too when we get ready. I don't know how much that grant will do, these things are good. I don't know exactly what they're gonna cost, but 10 years ago, they cost $28,000, so I
Yeah.
haven't got a price yet. I'm estimating they're gonna be at least 35, maybe it'll be under that. I mean, maybe I'll be shocked when they come in 40 and then, I don't know, but just, you guys just need, I just want you to think about it, that there's equipment we got that it's expensive, but it lasts, 10, 12 years. And then we gotta replace it, so, but it hasn't came up for quite a while, because, we've had pretty good equipment, so. But now there's nearing its end of life. I mean, I just got an email from the salesperson of our current EKG machines, hey, when the new version's out, do you want a quote? I'm like, well, no, I don't want a quote, I have no money for it. So, I just wanna put that out there, just keep it in the back of your mind. Talk about financial stuff. Equipment vehicles, we did have an ambulance back into garage door Marengo. We had emergency repairs done by the garage door company to get the door operating. We got an estimate to replace the bottom section of the garage door that's damaged, which was like $1,200, and then the repairs to the ambulance on the back of it, on the roof of it, are like $4,700.
Jeez.
Yeah. So the whole thing is gonna be like a $6,200 expense. So right now, our deductible with insurance is $1,000, so.
Well, it just hammers our rates out every time we put something, it goes up too. It's too bad it happened.
So the door didn't open all the way, they just did go back in too soon?
They backed into it too soon, wasn't open all the way. They hit the top of the, about 6 inches down from the top of the ambulance, it hit, and then scratched the top of the ambulance on the back. So we're working through that. Maybe I don't know, I'm sure insurance will fight with the body shop estimate. I haven't heard back yet, but that's where we're sitting right now, so. With that, other than that, routine maintenance. Personnel wise, we had one full-time resign this week, that are give their notice this week, they're resigning the end of the month. So we have that position posted.
Looking for a better job, a higher paying job, or?
Yeah, well, they said it was a significant raise and better schedule. It was gonna work 48 hours straight versus 24 on, 48 off. But it's clear down in Jefferson County, it's for Jefferson County, so. I don't know exactly what they're paying, but their website isn't quite, they don't have an ambulance department on their county website. So it just says, on our ambulance website, wages, depending on qualification. I don't know benefits, I'm not sure,
I just was curious.
yeah.
I saw your posting, I thought, it looks like a great schedule.